channel Own Your Glow. I am coming at you today with a glow, which I'm so excited about because I feel like I have not recorded one of these in a long ass time. So, you know, I always say this in my classes that your asana practice is not about you achieving the postures or holding the perfect pose, or it's really not about performing. It's really about using these different postures and your breath to understand yourself a little bit better. So it's really about creating awareness, or rather strengthening your awareness so you can go through that process of transformation. True awareness happens, true growth, happens when you are aware. And so this practice helps us to strengthen that awareness, and we get to really meet ourselves fully on the mat and meet the deepest parts of ourselves that we don't usually get to meet in our day-to-day lives. I really hope you guys enjoy this sequence. We are going to get started in a child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch at the back of the mat, knees wide. Sinking your sit bones to the heels and just extending your arms, grounding the forehead. Maybe you might even like to bring the forearms down on your mat. And just begin really by releasing any heaviness in the body. Allow the outside world to melt away. Allow the shoulders to relax, the face to relax. And just finding a connection with your breath. Deep breaths in through the nose. And just sigh out of the mouth. Beginning to cultivate that awareness. As you notice the points of contact with your mat, the quality and the rhythm of your breath. Feeling the space that surrounds your body. And the weight of your body in the space. Let's just take a few more rounds of breath. And then on that next breath in, we're going to peel up into a tabletop, stacking your shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. Inhale for your cow, drop the belly, arch your spine. Exhale for your cat, press the earth the way around into the spine, tap your tailbone. Inhale for cat. Exhale, cat. Last round, inhale, cat. And exhale, cat. Returning back to a neutral spine, we're just going to warm up through the wrists. Turn the wrists to face each other and fingers to face to the sides of the mat, and just start to welcome circles into the body. Just circling to one side here. Deep breath in, breath out, and changing the rotation of your circles. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now maybe turning the fingers to face your thighs, plugging the toes into the mat. So tapping your toes and just start to rock back and forth. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe as you pull the hips back, you want to lift the heels of the palms. Nice. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now turning the fingers to face the top of the mat. We're going to find a puppy pose, keeping your hips directly above the knees. So you're not doing anything with that lower body. All we're doing is extending the arms forward here. And we're just going to melt the heart space to the earth, maybe resting on your forearms. You might like to rest on your chin to go a little bit deeper. Maybe chin or forehead on the mat. Forearms can rest on the earth, you can lift the forearms. Deep breath in. And breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to drop the forearms if they're not on the mat already and just slide down into a Sphinx pose. Hugging the elbows into the ribs. Keeping the arms at a 90-degree angle. Lifting the crown of the head and think about opening up your chest. As you draw your shoulders back, but the fingers nice and wide. So you're establishing the sense of grounding and taking up space. And if you want a little bit more, find your seal, lift the forearms off the mat. Again, we're focusing on our sensations. And stepping out of the mind and into the body. Even if it's just for the next 40 minutes. And whenever you're ready, drop the forearms down to the mat. Coming back to your Sphinx pose and making your way to a forearm plank. Pull your belly in, so core is nice and strong. Tuck your toes, and then lift the hips up. Find your forearm plank. Now, once the hips are lifted, think about drawing the hips towards your ribs. So in other words, we're just tucking the pelvis to help engage our core a little bit more. Gaze to the top of your mat. And just connect back to your breath. Beautiful. And then next breath in, pike the hips, come into a dolphin pose. Start to walk your feet in towards the top of your mat. And then lift your gaze to your hands. So we're using the forearms to press the earth away. Try not to sink into your shoulders. We're pressing the earth away. Nice. And then inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, lower nice and slow. Use your core. Inhale, lift that left leg high. Exhale, lower nice and slow. Beautiful. And then we're going to see if we can lift both of the forearms up at the same time into a downward facing dog. Whew. Once you arrive in downward facing dog, begin to pedal out your feet. Maybe drop your heels side to side. Take a deep breath in and breath out. When you're ready, finding stillness. Again, you're going to spread the fingers wide on the mat, grip the earth with the fingertips to establish that stability in your wrists and shoulders. And just let the neck, the crown of the head hang heavy as you press your chest to the thighs. You're lifting the sit bones high to the ceiling. Alright, so we want to prioritize the length of our spine here. So really lift your bum up to the ceiling and press the chest to the thighs. And let the heels hang heavy. If the heels don't touch the mat, that's completely fine. That's not the point. You can bend the knees as much as you need. And just breathe. So we keep coming back to our breath. Beautiful. When you are ready, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Keep your hips square. Now, we want to lift that right leg by squeezing the glute harder rather than by opening up the hips. Now, so the hips are square. Take a breath in. And then on your exhale, let's lightly step the right foot to the top of the mat. Keyword is lightly here. Try not to make a sound. Drop your left knee down on the earth. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Arms sweep up. Nice. So we want to sink into our hips here to feel that pull of gravity, but at the same time we want to rise above that pull of gravity. So draw the navel in, lengthen the sides of the body, lift the back of the head up. Beautiful. and remember to breathe. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, frame your front foot. Step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Come all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms overhead, palms touch. And exhale, forward fold, chest to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, fold and step that right foot to the back of the mat, dropping the knee on the ground. Anjaneyasana. So again, sink into that pull of gravity and rise above it at the same time. And then notice what the side of the body feels like. Feeling open through the front part of the body. And finding your edge. Let's explore how far the body can go. And breathe. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back into a high plank. Pausing here. Pressing the earth away. Pull the belly in. Tap the tailbone. Try and create a long line of energy with the body. Take a good bite. Inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga. Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And reset. So think of your downward facing dog as your home base. You get to come back here and begin the practice again. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, lightly step your left foot to the top of the mat. Nice. Drop that right knee on the ground. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, sink into it. And exhale, find depth, refine. Take your final breath in. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute, palm salute overhead. Exhale, forward fold, the chest to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold and step that left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee on the ground. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, find depth. Explore the body. See how far the body can go. Explore your edge. Take one more breath in. Then as you exhale, frame your front foot. Step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Body's getting a little bit warmer. Inhale. And exhale. So we're coming into a Surya Namaskar B. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. We're going to lightly hop in between the hands. Chair pose, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Sink into your seat. So remember the weight is out of your toes and into the heels. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Tap the tailbone. We don't want to arch the lower spine. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And then soften the shoulders. Soften the face. Feel all that heat in the body, in the core, the solar plexus. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plunge your palms, step, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale up top. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, lightly step your foot through to the top of the mat, warrior one. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Press down on the outer edge of your back foot. Your back toes are facing to the top left corner of the mat. So you're able to square off your hips. And then when you're ready, sink into that front knee and reach your arms high. And then sink into this pull of gravity and rise above it. Lengthening and opening the heart space. And just breathe. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, frame your front foot. Maybe it's a three-legged flow, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, right, left lift, sorry. Exhale, lightly step your left foot to the top of the mat. Drop your back heel down. Warrior one. Again, and I take time to set up the alignment. So very often in our practice, we're trying to rush through that next pose, or we're trying to get through the pose, and we're not really forming awareness around what our body is, what that back leg is doing. If we can need to push ourselves a little bit more, or if we need to pull back. One more breath in. And you exhale, frame your front foot and take your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And let the breath go. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. We're going to flow that again. This time we're moving one breath per movement. Still staying connected to our breath and still creating awareness around our alignments. That sense of proprioception where your body is in space. Lift the heels, bend the knees, lightly step or jump in between your hands. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot through to that right thumb. Warrior one. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step it back. Ekapara Chaturanga, three-legged flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through to your left thumb. Drop that back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back and take your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to flow that one more time. Lift the heels and the knees, look forward, step, jump in between the hands. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step, jump back, take your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot through to your thumb. Drop your back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame your front foot. Take your flow. You can always skip your flows if you wish and just step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back and take your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. So moving on to some balancing. Yay. Gaze to the top of the mat. Walk, step, hop. The feet in between your hands. Now bring your feet hip width apart. So I like to measure that by placing my fist in between my feet like that. And then from here, we are going to come into a narrow squat. So bend your knees, try and bring the hips in the same line as the knees. Reach your arms forward, palms facing down, and squeeze your fingers together. Now shift the weight into your heels. And try and relax the shoulders here. And as you shift the weight into the heels a little bit more, you feel the quads light up on fire, your core is engaging. The leg muscles are fighting for their lives. And then we soften the shoulders, we soften the face. And breathe. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward, forward. Coming into a Padangusthasana. Wrapping your peace fingers around your big toes. And inhale, halfway lift. So as you exhale here, we're going to bend the elbows out to the side. Pull the chest towards the thighs. Letting the neck and letting the crown of the head hang heavy. And just breathing. So this is quite an active pose. And still as you pull the crown of the head towards the toes. You're stretching the entire back body. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. Beautiful. Now we're just going to release the grip on our right foot. Keep the grip around your left toe. And bring your right hand to your hip. Now we want to keep the forward fold so that the left elbow keeps bent. Shift the weight into your right leg. And we're coming into our Uddita Hasta Padangusthasana. As we come up into standing, so keep the forward fold if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Maybe come up to an upright spine. Nice. So we're trying to pull the shin towards the face. And try and work on straightening that standing leg. Nice. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale slowly, come up into a long spine. Release the fold. Inhale and exhale. Let's extend the left leg out to the left. And maybe you might want to reach that right arm out to the right. Nice. If you want a bit more of a challenge here, you can bend that left knee and try and touch your shin with your elbow. Ooh, that's challenging. Hold, breathe. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to bring that leg back to the middle. Bring your hands to the hips, release your leg, and breathe. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the leg, feet back to hip distance width, and straight away, come back into that narrow squat. Woo! Legs are on fire. Now we want to also invite a little bit of softness. So relax the shoulders, relax your face. And try and relax a bit of calmness. Breathe. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, forward, forward. Nice work. We're coming back to our Padangusthasana. Wrapping your peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, pull your chest to the thighs. Let the neck, let the crown of the head hang heavy. Let's just set the weight into our toes. This time. Release the crown of the head. Notice what the spine. spine feels like. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release the grip on that left foot. Bring your left hand to your hip. Nice. Now we're going to shift the weight into that left leg this time. And we're just going to keep our fold. So right elbow remains bent. We're just slowly coming up to standing into our Utthita Hasta Padangusasana. Nice. Now you want to keep that elbow bent. Otherwise you can bend your knee. You can lengthen your spine. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release the fold. Coming to that long, neutral spine. Nice. Inhale. As you exhale, extend the leg out to your right and reach that left arm to the left. You can keep the knee bent if you want. And breathe. Just making sure my mic is still on. Nice. And that next breath in. Bring your leg back to center. And then release the leg. Hands to the hips, hold. Breathe. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly set your left foot down, shake it out. No more narrow squats. Woo. Now when you're ready, we're just going to arrive in our Malasana yogi squat. Heels are in, toes are out. Bring the feet about mat width apart. Sometimes you might need to bring them a little bit wider. If your heels don't come down to the mat, maybe bring them a bit wider. Sink the sit bones to the heels. Maybe begin to rock side to side here. And then when you're ready, connect the hands to the heart center space. Lift the crown of your head. And we're going to lengthen the spine. We're pressing the knees away with the elbows. So you're not just simply touching the knees with your elbows, you're using those elbows to press the knees away, helping you to open the hips a little bit more. And just breathe. You can stay here, or you can come into a crow pose. Placing the palms on the mat about shoulder width apart. And then I like to bring the heels together. And then from here, you want to find that Hasta Bandha. Grip the earth with your fingertips. Open the knees wide. So heels together but knees are wide. And I like to bring my knees as far into my arms as possible, almost into my armpits. And then I'm going to wrap those triceps in. Right? To engage your shoulder girdle, and then look forward and lean forward. Maybe this is where you are. The feet don't have to come up the mat. Maybe you're practicing to shift forward and facing that fear of falling. Or you can find toe taps. Nice, right? If you have your crow, lift both of your feet. Try and bring the heels in into your bum. Wherever you are, we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step or jump back into a high plank. Woo! I almost didn't make that jump. Now from here, I'm just gonna turn around so you guys can see me. We are going to find a side plank on the right side. Just resting or stepping that left leg on top of your right. If you want to modify, you can always drop that right knee down on the mat just like this, and then reach that left arm high. Otherwise, we're in a advanced variation. Now we're going to add on. We're going to catch our left big toe with our pinky fingers. Either extend the leg forward, or you can reach that leg up to the ceiling. Nice. Keep the hips lifted. Press out of whatever is touching the mat. Take one more breath in. And then we're going to keep the grip on our toe as we slowly step that left foot to the top of the mat, as slow as you can. Woo! Nice. Coming into a lizard lunge, drop that that right knee down into the mat. Now we're just going to drop down on our forearms. Nice. If the forearm is a bit too difficult, you can always pop your forearms on top of a block. We're going to just go further in this pose. So bring your left leg just over that left shoulder, right? So that your chest is closer to the mat. So we're just going to catch that left ankle with our right hand. Nice. And then from here, we're going to bend that back knee. Now you can stay here, or if you can, see if you can catch your back foot with your left hand. So you catch your right foot with your left hand. It's almost like a bound lizard. I don't know the exact name for it. I actually just learned this pose like a week ago, and I really like it. It's a really nice hip opener and quad stretch. Nice. Take one more breath in. Then on your exhale, slowly release your right foot. Nice. Now we're going to come into a vinyasa practice. We're going to come back up onto our palms, but you want to keep that left elbow just sticking out on that other end of the left leg, but your left palm is underneath your shoulder, your left shoulder, and your right palm is underneath that right shoulder. Now for modified vinyasa 2, we're just going to, lift that left leg up like that, keeping that back knee down on the mat. Otherwise you're lifting that back knee, maybe you're here, otherwise you come into that arm balance. Right, nice. Hold wherever you are for 3, 2, 1. Step or jump back into your vinyasa. Oh my God, I almost did not make that. Downward facing dog. I taught this class like 3 times today. This is my 4th time, so my body is just dead. And I'm really grateful that I'm still able to push through, because I really wanted to record this for you guys. Now, from your downward facing dog, we are going to come back into a high plank, and then same thing on that left side. Nice. Side plank onto the left side. Again, there's a variation to drop that bottom knee down on the mat. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to catch our right big toe with our peace fingers. Option to extend the leg forward, option to reach the leg up to the ceiling. Now engage the side body, lift out of wherever is touching the mat, and breathe. Take one more breath in. Keep the grip of your foot as you exhale. Slowly, lightly step your right foot to the edge of your mat. Drop your back knee, come into lizard lunge now. Once again, drop down into forearms. You can place a block underneath your forearms if you want. Now I'm going to grab onto that right ankle and try and bring that right leg over the shoulder. If it doesn't go all the way up, it's okay. Just try your best to get it as close to the shoulder as possible. Now your left hand is going to grab your right ankle. Right? Maybe this is where you are today, is completely fine. Otherwise, bend your back knee, you can hold it there, or try and catch your left foot with your right hand. And it's normal for, this different side of the body to feel different from the first side. And just breathe. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, gently release that back foot. And then we're going to come into a vinyasa practice. Now, coming onto the palms, you want to keep the right elbows pointing out on the other side of your right leg. So you're using your arm as a shaft for your leg, basically. Nice. You want to bend the elbows, and then start with that back knee on the ground if you don't have it in your practice, and extend your right leg along. Maybe this is where you are today. Maybe you want to try and lift that back knee. Maybe you come into a full vinyasa if you have one. Nice. So you hold wherever you are for 3, 2, and 1. Step or jump back into your chaturanga. Oh my gosh. Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward. Facing dog. Beautiful. I think we deserve a release series. Roll into the sky, feeling a dog. On your exhale, let's come into a half pigeon. Bring your knee behind your wrist. Spread the shin across the mat. we're going to square up the hips here, and then when you're ready, just come all the way down to your half pigeon. Relax the arms. This sure feels good. We're always exploring dualities, you know, in life and definitely in our yoga practice. Always an element of effort and ease. If you notice in our power yoga, I really enjoy this part of the practice, this releasing, this easy part of the practice. After the effort, it feels so much sweeter after putting in all the effort. So we really get to experience how the two need one another. Effort and ease. Take your final breath in here. As you exhale, slowly make your way back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, come into your half pigeon. Left knee behind the wrist, lift the shin across the mat. Squaring off your hips. And then when you're ready, coming into your half pigeon. Noticing what this side of the body feels like. Taking that breath in and letting that breath go. Slowly making your way up onto the palms, sitting on that left hip, and then sweeping both of your legs forward, extending them up in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale with your arms high. And exhale. Just folding over the leg, rounding your spine. Drawing chin into the chest, at the neck of the crown of the head. Slowly lifting it back up, and then reaching the arms long in front of you, chin into chest, finding a C shape of the body. And slowly come all the way down onto your back. Hugging the knees into the chest. Massage the spine, sway side to side. And then we'll find a capital T with the arm, and then drop the knees to the right, turning your gaze to the left. Releasing any remaining bits of tension in the body. Bring the knees over to the left side of the mat, and then turning your gaze to the right. Notice what this side of the body feels like. back to center and find your savasana. Just letting the bones drop into the body. Finding complete softness, stillness, and downloading in practice. You're more than welcome to stay here for a little bit longer. And if you're ready to continue with your practice off the mat, just inviting some awareness into the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Turning your head side to side. Finding a big moving stretch, pointing your toes, reaching the arms ahead. Deep breath in. And full breath out. Slowly making your way up into a comfortable seat. With the eyes closed and with a soft gaze, connecting the palms of the heart center space, allowing chin to chest as a gesture of gratitude. Taking a moment here to appreciate and acknowledge yourself for showing up today, showing up for yourself. I hope that you are all feeling much lighter in the mind, stronger in the body, and much freer in the spirit. Together we'll see this practice with the Hindu word. Namaste. Thank you so much, my lovelies, for joining me in this practice, and I'll see you all in the next video.